He was losing the comp on preordained games.
One thing you should know,
I wouldn't
this
unplug it.
cable, if you ever terminated it, I don't want to pull off the boot. They did a shit job. This cable installation, you can see where it's peeled back there. It's only being held in by the bend.
One coming down to you, so that'll affect you. Obviously, he said he's been having bomb issues, so
Yeah, I wanted to bring that to your attention.
I'll let them know. That won't be the only cable we find like that.
I've been having some weird feedback issues on my headset. I think that's the source of the buzz.
Like static or
Like a high pitched squeal. Yeah. I mean, that's every time I've had that issue, it's always been in the EQ kick and solder in my ear.
you got brick? No. Good. Hey, nice match last time, guys. We were hard. And that takedown at 41, I think that's a great discussion. Send that on to McCormick. I know we're going to talk through both of them. What they're coaching us on is the head being tough, right? And then the next one we awarded the head being straight, which is the deciding factor. And I'm telling you, but we need to make an adjustment. Now would be the time to do it.
And we're underway here at 125 pounds. Jory Volk taking on Eddie Ventresca. This is for 5th place. The National Duels Invitational. These teams already taken home at least $40,000, and they can upgrade to $50,000 if they win this duel.
Just like you see sometimes in the tournament setting in the NCAAs, this is a first round rematch where Minnesota came out ahead 19-17 over Virginia Tech. So we'll have some quick turnaround matches here.
Yeah, this was a really close duel to start.
I believe Jory Volk, yeah, beat Eddie Ventresca in this one.
It was a tiebreaker match, 3-1, and then really back and forth, dual close matches throughout. And so imagine we're going to see a lot of rematches. And, you know, it's like you said, at the NCAA tournament, you can see matches get flipped the second time around. And with the margin so close, I wouldn't be surprised to see any one of these matches flipped. Battle of All-Americans here. Jory Volk, All-American 2 seasons ago for Wyoming. Now back in his home state, Minnesota. Eddie Ventresca, a 2-time All-American for the Virginia Tech Hokies. And really a crazy end to the Virginia Tech-Illinois duel. The score was all tied up at 18-18 Criteria, and Criteria went to Illinois, but there was a scoring error. They didn't add a point for Virginia Tech, and that point was the difference. And so, you know, we've said it this whole tournament, 1 point can make or break a duel.
I mean, the bonus point changes, the match points even. Every single win matters, every single point matters, and that was a prime example of that in the duel. Fun duel, very fun duel. And so now you see Virginia Tech getting a rematch against Minnesota with money on the line. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the difference is it $20,000?
$10,000. Yeah,
$10,000 difference between. So the winner here will earn another $10,000 for their team.
This is a $10,000 duel between these two teams, and we saw Minnesota take it in round one, and it was a 19-17 duel. So imagine this one's going to be really close as well.
Right now, pretty mild start to the match. We end the first period 0-0. Jory Volk opts to start the second on bottom. You saw there Eddie Ventresca, multi-time All-American, so he's a vet. He's been there and he's been in these tough matches before.
And they're meeting in the first round. That was the first time Ventresca and Volk have wrestled in college. And which is kind of surprising because they've been at the same weight. They've been guys that have been two of the top wrestlers at 125 for years, and they haven't met before, but now meet twice in the same weekend.
You know, it happens. Especially different conferences. There's just limited opportunities where you cross paths, and a cool part of this event is that we have, you know, multiple conferences involved in this event. We have Big 10, Big 12, ACC, EIWA.
Yeah, Ivy League now. They've split off of the EIWA, so.
Oh, that's right, that's
Cornell.
right. I forgot. Oh, and, yeah. I was thinking both Lehigh and Cornell, but now they're different.
Now
so
they're separate,
we
yeah.
have lots of different conferences that came here and wrestled in this event, and that allows to see some of these unique matchups, and we're seeing it right here with Minnesota and Virginia Tech for the second time.
Yeah, and, you know, along with the unique matchups, you also see the rivalries where we see Iowa, Oklahoma State at the beginning of the year. Iowa gets the win,
Yep.
and now we're going to see it again at the end. It kind of sets the stage, so many storylines, and Iowa came out on top in a really fun duel last round. They're going to wrestle Big Ten opponent Ohio State in the finals, who, man, talk about looking good. Ohio State's been dominant this weekend.
Well, Eddie Ventresca doing a good job here on top. He's separating this match where, you know, that could be the difference in regulation. Previous meeting, Jory Volk, though. That was heads-up wrestling by Eddie Ventresca.
Yeah,
that was a good job.
Avoiding giving up that reversal, and holds his minute 25 of riding time.
Very, very good job. Eddie Ventresca secures a minute 25 ride time, so he'll essentially have 25 seconds to get out, and he will have a lead in the third period. And one thing to note in this duel is pay attention. We'll try to update you, but pay attention to some of these close matchups, and, you know, how they flip could be the difference maker in whether or not VT can flip the script on this duel. And this is a prime one right here. A sudden victory win for Jory Volk. I mean, if Eddie Ventresca can flip that, that's a 6-point swing right there.
Exactly, and Ventresca in the driver's seat here going into the third period, leading Volk leading 1-0, but Ventresca with that riding time.
You see there a minute 25, so he's got 25 seconds to fight his way out. If he can do that, he's essentially winning this match. I think Jory Volk's, he's no slouch, and he knows the mission right now. He's got to eat up that riding time. As soon as that's done, then he can make a determination of whether he feels like he can ride for the entire period. Because he's not, no matter what, he's not gonna, or actually I take that back. He could, in theory, no, he can't. I take that back, he can't. So he would ride out for the win, and it'd be 1-0.
Yeah.
But he's gotta knock off 12 more seconds, essentially 13. And this is where you you got to get tough on top. You have to, so that you don't have to put yourself under the gun in the last minute 30 of the match.
Ventresca gets out and holds that.
All right.
Minute 3 of riding time.
Very likely we're going to avoid overtime here. We're probably going to decide it in the last minute 30, and this would be a flip if Ventresca can win this.
And, on top of that, it puts him in position to be ranked #1 if he's able to avenge a loss here. Already took out Vincent Robinson as well.
It's a great point.
He's making a case for himself to be the #1 ranked wrestler in the country.
Well, we got a pretty high-ranked guy who's not here.
That's true. No Luke Lillidahl.
Yeah, so he may slot right in there, but 50 seconds to go, 1-1, but essentially Ventresca with a 2-1 lead. And if Jory Volk can get a takedown, even if Ventresca gets an escape quick, I mean, he's only got 3 seconds of riding time.
They go out of bounds. Stall call.
Whoa.
Stall call, and they want a challenge here, but Zach Sanders all the way to the middle of the mat there. And Coach Brandon Eggum.
Well, here's what's interesting about that. This is the first match of the duel. You get one challenge a duel, and he already drew a stall call, so it's now tied. I mean, that's a bit of a risk, but
yeah, we'll see here. They're discussing it with the official.
Yeah, I don't know if they're asking them if they truly want to.
So it looks like they are going to.
They are going to review
it here.
We have an official challenge on Minnesota. They're challenging the takedown. They want to see a 3 points go up for Jory Volk. You're going to see the replay here. He's got him almost down. That's 3.
In.
That's 3, 100%. When Ventresca puts his hand down and Volk has control, in my opinion, he's dragging his feet right there. I'm calling that 3 points. And this would be a big, big takedown because he also drew the stall call. So there's really a very small path for Ventresca to bring this match back into his favor. I think good call by Eggum, and of course Zach Sanders, the lightweight coach, one of my former nemesis.
Yeah, you wrestled him a time or two, huh?
I think like 7 in college. We had some battles.
Zach Sanders, it looks like he still could make 125.
He was telling me he's a lot bigger. He's like in the mid-40s.
Okay.
And I'm a touch bigger too. But he ran all the way out to the center, man. He was like very adamant.
He wanted, yeah.
Hey, just no. I am challenging this. He was confident.
So we talk about, the chaos of 125. pounds over the last few years, even at this tournament. Eddie Ventresca beats Vincent Robinson. Vincent Robinson beats Troy Spratley. You got
There's
Eddie
a couple of big wins for Jory Volk getting both. If he takes
Jory
both
Volk,
of these,
he'll beat Eddie Ventresca twice, but Nick Bouzakis beat Jory Volk. So guys just trading wins.
125-pound chaos.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta keep your head above the water and stay above that chaos.
After further review, the ruling on the mat is changed. We're gonna have a takedown.
So they do award the takedown to
We are
Minnesota.
taking the stalling call off of.
They are removing the stalling call. It sounds like.
So 4-1 is going to be the score. 33 seconds to go here in this match. Big takedown there for Jory Volk. So now Ventresca.
Now Eggum's chatting with the side official. I think he's a little. Well, I think he's a little curious why they took the stalling call off. I'm not really sure either, because you can draw a stall call while you're getting a takedown. But I mean, essentially, Jory Volk, he rides it for 3 seconds, even if Ventresca gets out. Wow.
And Ventresca does get out.
Oh, just a moment late.
So Ventresca gets out.
That was close.
He still needs a score.
Look at
and
Ventresca.
Look at this. Man on a mission.
I love it.
Wow.
I mean, that's what you got to do.
And there's the takedown,
Wow.
the neutral danger.
Oh, they're going to throw it. No way.
No
way.
Back. Nice brick throw there. Puts him right in the action.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Well, we're starting off with some fireworks. Hey, this, to me, is why it's so cool seeing a rematch, because it's going to be spicy like this every match.
It's wild.
Both teams know exactly how the last duel went. It's fresh in their mind. And you got one team fixing to flip the script and the other team fixing to really extend what they did last time. Instead of a 19-17 win, they want to build it out. So with just 9 seconds left, as it stands now, Ventresca takes the lead 5-4. And remember, he only has to get 2 seconds of riding time, and then even if Jory Volk gets out, he's still winning. So
yeah, great.
Or sorry, he's already got it.
Yeah,
he's already got it.
He can give
so
up an escape.
he can even give up an escape. This has been a wild first match. These two are laying it out there.
Yeah, we're still
we're a little bit behind on that review from calling but we did get to see the fantastic brick throw. But a little bit behind on the swipes. I don't know if we can get a different angle or not, but essentially what happened is they brought it to neutral danger zone where Ventresca was, which would be Jory Volk being beyond 90. Here you go. So the ref here, we can't see the ref, but the ref here's there 1, 2, 3, and you know, same, but the same as I don't know if that's I call that. I think that's I don't think that was beyond 90 for 3 consecutive seconds. What do you think?
It was so close, and we kind of talked about it already. Like, the margins are so thin, but I don't know if there's enough evidence to overturn it, you know, on.
And that is something to note that they discussed in the meeting.
Further review, the call on the mat is changed.
Another call changed. Wow.
Minnesota lighting it up right now with call changes. So there's 9 seconds left. Eddie Ventresca is losing.
So are they
4-2?
Are they gonna add any time back on the clock? Riding time was at 58 seconds before the takedown.
58.
Riding time was at 58 seconds before the takedown.
They're going to adjust, go back to 58 seconds. Don't take it from me. We're only over here staring at the scoreboard.
So now the score goes back to 4-2. And they're checking riding time. I'm curious about the match time as well. You know, that's one of those things where they give a takedown. Ventresca thinks he has it, and so he can kind of stay in the position.
Yeah.
If they don't
Yeah.
give a takedown, does he work through it? Does he try to capture that other leg? And obviously we'll never know. And so now 9 seconds, Volk needs a takedown.
Well, Eddie Ventresca didn't waste any time that last time. I mean, I know Volk can kind of run around, but Ventresca, that was impressive how fast and efficient he was able to get in.
Ventresca coming
He's
forward,
still
needs a
going
takedown.
for it.
And time winding down and runs out. Jory Volk holds on for the win. Razor thin victory.
That was a scrap.
Great
A little
start
bit
to
of
this
words there
duel.
between Ventresca, well, from Ventresca to Jory Volk. Not sure what was exchanged, but you can tell he is fired up. He runs off, and that's a big win for Jory Volk.
Yeah.
That secures the same decision that they got last time, and so as it stands now, we're in line with that first round matchup.
And now up to 133 pounds, we got Dylan Campbell, and he'll be taking on Brandon Morvari. Dylan Campbell, impressive performance in his last match against Lucas Bird. We saw in defeat, but only a 5-2 loss. Dylan Campbell, long, lanky for the weight.
Yeah, I mean, he looked pretty solid against Lucas Bird last round, so hopefully he's willing to take that momentum and bring it to this match and flip the script. Oh, this is funny. You can see Brandon Agam and Tony Roby over there having a little conversation. You don't see that too often in a big duel. The two head coaches just having a chit chat with each other.
Well, that's the unique factor about this is the teams are right next to each other rather than across the mat.
And they're having a comfortable conversation about that match, but
Looked friendly enough.
it did. I know that experience didn't happen too often. The team I wrestled for, there was no love lost when that duel was happening.
I'll never forget the NCAA finals picture where Tom Ryan and Tom Brands are sitting right next to each other.
Yep.
Iconic picture there. What was that final for? It was an NCAA final. Were they watching?
I can't remember who they were watching, but there was another. It was the other funny one was Tom Brands and Tom Ryan having to share
the Big Ten trophy.
Big Ten trophy. That one was funny. Yeah. They neither of them looked all too excited. So last meeting, Dylan Campbell beat Chris Cannon. So this is a little bit of a change up. We got Brandon Morvari for Minnesota. Not sure where Cannon is, but he is not out there. And look for Campbell to get one back for the Hokies.
Yeah, Brandon Morvari probably not going to be the starter this year. Redshirt sophomore. He's a two-time state champion out of Minnesota. So another Minnesota boy here wrestling for the Gophers. Dylan Campbell out of Ohio, a four-time Ohio State champion. Small school, Legacy Christian.
We're closing out the first period. No fireworks yet. Campbell did look sharp. He's a little more reserved than he was last match against Bird.
And you look around, you look at the third place match, the seventh place match. They're up you're going to be up at 141, 149, and we're still sitting here at 33 after that battle in the first match.
Morvari takes neutral, so he must know that.
Yeah, Campbell tough on top. That length, he's really good at catching wrists and working his roll through tilts. Both Both wrestlers on both knees. And now Campbell works his way up, has that wrist control. The left wrist of Morvari.
Morvari's done a really good job of slowing this match down. I know he's not the starter, and you don't know what his strategy is, but at the very least, he's kind of shut down any opportunities Dylan Campbell's had to blow the match open with a takedown or.
Another interesting aspect of this matchup is that Minnesota, once they found out that they had Virginia Tech opening round, they entered the Southeast Open, and a lot of their guys went to the Southeast Open, and they wrestled Minnesota guys there. So this is going to be the third time some of these guys wrestle, just the third week into the season.
Yeah, that's definitely, you don't see that too often, especially not out of a non-conference matchup.
Right. Yeah, especially at the upper weights. I know 74, 84, 97, and even heavyweight, those guys met at the Southeast Open.
I think it's safe to say they're going to have plenty of scouting on each other.
Yeah.
Dylan Campbell comes away with a stalling point here in this second period. Really, I mean, just not a lot going on. Campbell's continued to have forward pressure, kind of dictate the pace and where the match is wrestled. But Morvari, he's done a good job. And I believe last duel, Campbell, he just earned a decision over Cannon, if I'm not mistaken. So essentially, if Morvari can keep this to a decision, he keeps the match the same. And it was a tight margin. It was a 2-point team margin. So, man, this is one where if I'm the Virginia Tech staff, if I know that they're not bringing Cannon out, I'm hollering at Campbell to be looking for bonus points here. And that could be the difference. He gets a major or technical fall that if everything else goes as planned as it did first match, then he could be a difference maker in this duel. And really, Morvari's just done a really good job of keeping this close. Hasn't been extremely offensive, but he's got himself in the match.
Yeah, Morvari, you can see the game plan: hold position, don't take any risks, keep it close, and sometimes that can be a recipe for victory. You sting a guy at the end with a takedown, and you could steal a match.
I'd be a liar if I said I agreed with it, but I also I understand that you have to make game plans for how to overcome guys that maybe on paper would be the favorite. And he's done a good job so far executing the game plan, but he's under a minute to go. Dylan Campbell's been, all Dylan Campbell. Scoreboard's still tight, but really Campbell with all the offense and scoring opportunities. Morvari's down to 40 seconds here. Look for him to make a sprint. Here comes the 30-second push. You can hear Zach Sanders in the corner yelling, "You got to go get it." I'm not exactly sure what Morvari's waiting for. I truly think he may just be feeling the,
Here's a sprint coming forward. 15 to go. Campbell playing it safe on the edge. Circles in. And Campbell doing a good job staying just in enough, but there's the traditional stall call. But that's going to do it. Morvari concedes.
Too little, too late. I can't lie to you.
You don't like that performance.
My brain doesn't comprehend that style of wrestling.
Yeah.
20 seconds of the match, you're trying to win in the very last 20, and you give up a stall point and an escape, and it's just going to be really, really tough to win wrestling matches.
Yeah, it seemed like Morvari was content losing a close decision.
Yeah, and in the team setting, sometimes it's a little different mindset in that regard. But hey, it's a solid win by Campbell, coming off of a loss to the returning national champ, where he wrestled relatively well.
And now up at 141, we got Tom Crook out of Virginia Tech taking on Vance Valenbauer. Valenbauer, two-time All-American for the Gophers, 8th place each of the last 2 years. Big Ten runner-up last year.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, really 8th place, honestly, is it's kind of, I want to say it's underperforming, but he's certainly capable of finishing a lot higher. He's had some big wins.
Yeah, Vaumbar, he's just a tough wrestler. You know,
hard-nosed, yes.
Yeah, hard-nosed. You're gonna wrestle hard for. You know what you're gonna get into a war for 7 minutes with Vaumbar, and he had a great Big Ten tournament. Ended up beating Bo Bartlett, big upset at Big Tens, and then lost to Brock Hardy in the finals. But he also last year had a knockdown, drag-out match, overtime with Jesse Mendez. But Vaumbar's taking his lumps this tournament, majored by Mendez, and also got upset by Northern Iowa's Corey Land. So this is an opportunity for Vaumbar to end his national duels on a high note, as these two met in the first round match with Vaumbar coming out on top.
Nice shot by Vaumbar.
That match was 5-4.
So essentially another very possible flip match.
Yeah, if you're Virginia Tech, you circle this one. You say, okay, this is how we can win this duel. Crook, you're right there. And if we get a win here, then it really gives the Hokies the edge. Because as it stands right now, it's only through 2 matches, but things have played out exactly as they did yesterday. So 2 minutes into this one, scoreless.
Not a lot happening so far. Couple little attempts by Vaumbar, but nobody's really been in serious danger yet. Another good shot by Vaumbar. See Corey Crook doing a good job capturing that far hand. I saw Becker hollering and Crook kind of in that finger clasp position, but essentially, he's keeping Vaumbar from getting his hands locked on the leg, and that's making it really tough for him to finish his shots. Another good follow-up shot by Vaumbar. He's looking to drag him in. We're down to 10 seconds left in the period. Can he finish this period? Good job by Vaumbar, but Crook, he's not giving it up yet. And we're at 3-2-1, and there is no score.
Vance Vaumbar's dad was a 2-time All-American at Boise State.
That's right.
In the early 2000s. I believe he went on to coach Division I, maybe at Wyoming. And also, fun fact, Mark Bader wrestled Ben Vaumbar this year at the Masters U.S. Open.
Oh, my goodness.
Vaumbar got the better of Bader. They also wrestled in college, interestingly enough.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. Bader made his return to the mats this year. 20 seconds into the second period as Tom Crook riding tough on top. Vaumbar works his way to his feet and seals off and turns for the escape. So Vaumbar goes on the board first early into the second period.
Really,
here.
I mean, it's been all Vaumbar. I saw Minnesota's corner. They were barking a little bit, wanting a stall call, and Crook's he's probably on the under the gun right now. The refs are probably eyeballing what his action's going to be like. So if Crook wants to put the match in his favor, he's got to start to get to his offense. But that's what makes Vaumbar a tough opponent, is he keeps marching forward, he keeps in your face, and he keeps shooting.
Vaumbar out of Colorado, a 2-time Colorado state champion for Windsor High School. Tom Crook out of Florida, Tampa Jesuit, 4-time Florida state champ. Both of these wrestlers competed at 145 pounds their senior year, now competing lighter than that at 141. 20 seconds to go in the second period. And Tom Crook's a guy, he's been right there with some of the best guys in the country, but hasn't been able to convert at the national tournament. He's been to NCAAs twice, finishing around at 16 2 years ago. So
We'll end the period. Von Bauer ahead 1-0. Crook's cruising down. Riding time not really a factor. I'll be curious to see if Von Bauer elects to ride him or lets him go and looks to win this on his feet.
Nice mat return for Von Bauer to stay on top.
Ooh, there, Crook's got him high.
There's the escape. So 1-1.
One very similar to the last match. May come down to just a single score, but it was 5-4 last time in favor of Von Bauer earlier this weekend. No stall calls yet.
Minute 10 to go now. Shot from Crook, defended.
Crook's done a good job shutting down most scoring opportunities. Von Bauer just had that one position in the first where he almost scored. Really, since then, no real big attacks, but here's a good one.
Head outside. Von Bauer now.
You gotta want to finish this one. He's got him in a great finishing position.
He's trying to switch off his grip
I think
there.
he wants to, you know, that's something where I'm gonna just throw him straight backwards over my head. I'm gonna look to sit and turn in. He's taking his time though. He's trying to work up the middle. He wants to hook that inside leg if he can.
He's got his
But
left
unfortunately,
ankle
Crook,
trapped.
has his ankle trapped. And now he gets it.
Nice job.
Hasn't got it yet, but he's all but to a takedown with less than 30 to go. And there it is.
Good job. Von Bauer really committed, stuck with the finish there.
Yeah, that was a very veteran move by Von Bauer to just take his time, continue to progress, not give the referee a chance to call a stalemate. Ends up securing the takedown. And he's gonna win this match 4-1. So far, no big changes in this duel.
Minnesota in the lead, 6-3 here. And we're gonna take a short break. We'll be right back with you for 149 pounds. Welcome back to the BOK Center here in Tulsa, Oklahoma for our National Duels Invitational, sponsored by Paycom. Again, I'm John Kozak. I got two-time national champion Matt McDonough here. Matt, how you feeling about your Hawkeyes?
You know, I'm biased, but I called it before this event, and they've proven. I mean, they were the true favorite, and they pulled through in that Okie State duel. They looked good. Some firework matchups. You know, Peterson over Troy Spratley, but then you have Ladarian Lockett coming out and beating Caliendo, so a couple of finalists go down. End of the day.
There you see the placement matches going on. This is the consolation bracket. So many incredible teams, and even the teams that didn't make the top 8, teams like NC State, Michigan, Lehigh, Northern Iowa, Cornell, Little Rock, Wyoming, Arizona State. It's like, wow, just a gauntlet here. And we are ready for our match now at 149 pounds. Big match here as Minnesota leads the team score. We got Jagger Eisch out of Minnesota taking on Noah Nininger from Virginia Tech, a different opponent.
I believe Jagger Eisch is a Wisconsin wrestler. A Wisconsin high schooler, I believe so. From my time at Wisconsin, I remember him. Yeah, Kakana boy.
Your memory still works.
Oh, my Kakana. I know Kakana very well.
Yeah, he was a 2-time Wisconsin state champion. Hasn't spent much time in the lineup for the Gophers. And Minnesota's another team. I mean, all these teams here, but a lot of depth. You know, their lineup. You get guys who can fill in, maybe not the starters, but still really talented.
For years, very, very similar to the Iowa program, Midwest. You know, some top end talent, but just a very depth-filled room with a lot of studs. And it took them a little bit. They lost a couple guys to NIL, and since then, I think they've rebounded in the NIL era and found their stride, and they have a great squad now. Max McAnally, we'll see him later. A huge breakthrough athlete for him last year, finishing 3rd as a freshman. Currently ranked 1, but just lost a big matchup to Aiden Sinclair.
Yeah, I mean, 184 was the story of this, you know.
So tough.
Coming into this tournament, it was like, okay, obviously you want to see who wins every duel, but let's keep an eye on 84. And it's been crazy. I mean, Aiden Sinclair so close to taking out Angelo Ferrari, and then he does beat Max McAnally and Angelo Ferrari. Zach Ryder had a really close match as well. Zach Ryder got upset by Christian Hansen. And it's just been a phenomenal showcase of wrestling.
Inninger looking for another score here. Kind of in a backside single sequence, but you can see there that his arm got caught high. And now Jager Eisch looking to try to kind of roll through this, avoid a takedown. Inninger comes away with a takedown. Inninger last match with a technical fall over Rhett Koenig. So, I mean, he's kind of under the gun here to try to repeat that. And he started off strong at 6-1. That's the beauty about the new rules, is there's just so many ways now to get a technical fall throughout a match. And the hill isn't quite as high to climb as it was in my era, where 2-point takedowns and 3-point near falls. I mean, you just had to absolutely dismantle somebody to get a tech fall. And now throughout the match, you know, you get takedowns at the right time. You see a lot of technical falls, takedown onlys, where, you know, someone puts in the work the front end of the match, and then the later rounds, 3rd period comes along, and they go and, you know, just nail off 3 takedowns to ice it and end up getting the tech fall. So
yeah, and I think it's great for wrestling, putting up more points, ending matches maybe a little bit quicker.
It's more really incentive for guys to go after those extra takedowns later in a match. You know, the separator between a major and a tech fall isn't quite as big now, because of how fast you can build up points. And so people don't always just rest on a major decision.
Yeah, and especially for the team, you know, in that team setting where we're in a dual meet and you need a major or you need a tech, or even like our last, you know, duel where, hey, you just need 1 more point. Go out and get it.
Jager Eisch he's trying to figure out what he can do here. Oh, wow. He kind of went for a Hail Mary, didn't work out. So now Inninger on top, 8-1. He's building up riding time. And I believe Inninger was he was one of the difference makers of the last duel with his near fall points he got. That's what essentially set up Virginia Tech to be in this match based on criteria. Jager Eisch, he gives an escape to, and then immediately gets another takedown. So he is well on his way to a potential tech fall again. Ahead 11-2, building up riding time. He rides out this period. He will end up with, oh, there it is again. Inninger, I mean, he's looking good. Last 2 rounds, he's done a great job.
With Caleb Henson redshirting this year, the Hokies needed somebody to step up, and it looks like Inninger is going to be that guy for him this year.
Well, and you know, if Caleb Henson's redshirting. He's going to be spending a lot of time with him, helping him fill those shoes for this season while they figure out their lineup for next year. And they got a good problem to solve when
yeah, you got Bo Bassett coming in.
Gets to town.
He can either go 41 or 49. Henson 49, 57. And so, yeah, they've got some high-level talent.
So we start out the period 11-2 with a minute 12 of riding time. Noah Nininger doesn't even elect to go optional start, just starts on his feet. So you can bet he's thinking along the lines of rattling off some takedowns and trying to secure that tech fall again this match. I've already seen it a couple times this match, and we saw it in the last duel. Nininger has that turn ability, and he wants to get a technical fall without any.
And there's a takedown.
Without any time constraint. He goes and gets a turn, but he's in good position right now. He's ahead 14-3. I think he's thinking about doing another, standing up again. So Nininger he's gonna run up the scoreboard with these takedowns. He's looking to get a tech fall this period, pretty clear. He's already secured a major. He's got a minute 18, he's ahead by 11. 2 more takedowns, I believe, would do it.
Yeah, we talked about you could see a match flip here or there, and so far we haven't seen it just yet. We are only 4 matches in.
This extra bonus point, if Nininger can pull off another tech fall, that is noteworthy. Or if Jagger Aish can hold these points. This is the difference of the individual wrestling and the dual meet setting. Some guys have that pride no matter what, but certainly in a dual meet when you're wrestling for your team, you may, even though you're losing, you may be a little conservative to try to make sure this stays as a major decision, and that's essentially what Jagger Aish is doing. He's doing a good job of it. He's, basically sealing off, not giving him a chance. But there he draws another stall call. We only have 15 seconds left. Essentially a 16-4, a 12-point. If Nininger could nail a takedown here at the end, he would get the tech fall, but he is not. And so that's our first big change. Jagger Aish not happy, but he does his job for the team.
Nininger gets the major decision, and the Hokies get 4 more team points. So that puts their team score 7-6.
This was a close enough duel last time that essentially one match change could, in favor of Virginia Tech, could decide this duel.
Absolutely.
VT is going to have to figure out where they're going to flip the script here.
And up to 157 pounds, we got Charlie Millard, redshirt freshman, Minnesota, taking on Colin Guy. And again, Charlie Millard, new opponent. He had Matt Heinrich last time.
And he got a tech fall.
He got a tech fall, and so
there's another one that if Colin Guy can keep this within reach, he'll get the team point back that Virginia Tech just lost by.
Yeah, and you look at 157 here, coming into it, Antrell Taylor, #1 wrestler, he's taken 3 losses now. Landon Robidoux just
nice shot by Colin Guy. That's big.
Big finish.
And now he's throwing in boots.
So we talk about a match that could flip the script here, and you're looking at it right now.
Well, and whether or not Colin Guy wins or not, if he makes this a decision match,
there's 3. That's the duel right there. Right?
Well, but Virginia Tech just lost one of their points, so this is what makes it fun. Charlie Miller does get an escape. Colin Guy with 23 seconds of riding time.
Charlie Millard, freshman. He was a 2-time Wisconsin state champion, Homestead High School.
Homestead. I don't know where Homestead. It says Mequon. The general idea where that is, but
yeah, Millard. He's one of the guys I was interested to watch this weekend. He's had a good national duels, lost to Brandon Cannon, but wins over Henrik, RJ Weston, and Seth Mendoza.
Minnesota being right next to Wisconsin, they pulled in a handful of very solid Wisconsin recruits.
Millard pressuring forward.
A good start to the match by Colin Guys, but Millard here in on a shot, looking to take the lead.
Captures the right leg.
He's in position. He's got a little bit of time here.
Trying to step over, maybe looking for that neutral danger. 16 seconds left in the first here.
Colin Guys doing a really good job of just wrapping it up, so it's a pain for him to try to progress on his offense. Hooked in that armpit and with a body lock. I believe he had an arm capture too.
So that does it for the first. So Colin Guy leading 3-1. As we go into the second, Millard gonna go underneath. And Millard gets the escape. So 3-2 now. Riding time not a factor. Ooh, nice low level attack there by Colin Guy.
Stop it for potentially dangerous. This is turning into a tight match, and Charlie Millard, if you remember, he got a technical fall the last time against VT. Nice shot off the whistle. That was some solid wrestling right there. It doesn't always work out, but sometimes you see those whistle shots, and if you catch your opponent sleeping, you can get a quick, efficient takedown. He did just that. Charlie Millard takes the lead 5-3. But Colin Guys, I mean, he's not making this easy.
Yeah, Colin Guy fighting hands underneath, needs to find his way up to an escape. Doesn't want to spend the next minute underneath, but good job, good pressure from Millard.
Nice job on Millard here. He's putting a ride on. He's got basically a cross arm trapped.
Threatening with that cradle potentially.
He could do a butcher too.
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
You don't see that too much.
Not anymore. If I had anything to say about it, you'd see it more. Gotta just, nothing like a good old crossface, ripping someone's arm across and running them through in a butcher or a barbed wire. I don't know, debatable. What everyone has a different.
It was butcher where I came from.
Good, that's what I like to hear. That's the right. Like, he's in perfect position to hit a butcher right now. If he runs out front and reinforces it with his backhand. It's fun to see over the years how kind of the styles change a little bit. Not immensely, but especially on top, some of the most prevalent turning, like right now, cross wrist tilt.
Right.
But in a few years, it may become less prevalent as people learn to defend it. And there may be someone else who kind of reinvents the wheel and figures out a new tricky turn to get back points with, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, and that's what is so great about a sport like wrestling is that, you know, it evolves, and then techniques that you don't see for years, they come back, and the creativity of different technicians and how the sport can
We're in the third period here, and although Charlie Millard's in, Colin Guy's kept himself in this match, and essentially if he could get a takedown, he could take the lead. Refs are starting to look into whether we're in a neutral danger zone. We're not quite yet. Oh, he made nothing yet.
Oh, Millard.
Still, very good job by Millard. Very good job. Oh, here we go. I like it. That's a guy who knows the mission right here. He's finally established a comfortable lead, and instead of resting on it, it's go for the major.
And the momentum has definitely swung his way. Millard in on that.
Good shot by Millard, but a pretty solid cut in the corner by Guy. But Millard did get his head there inside of his knee. He's got a pretty good opportunity to score here. And he's got his butt to the edge, so last time they were in here, Guy was able to seal off with these hooks for the stalemate.
So there's the stalemate, 26 seconds to go. Millard needs a takedown and a ride out to secure that major decision.
And Millard, he looks focused. He's going at it. And stall call won't do it for him. Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Nothing awarded yet. That's a figure 4 of the head. Yeah, illegal.
Did his feet touch, though? You can see his feet aren't touching.
So 1 point for red.
Did his feet cross? Because you can do that, and if your feet don't touch, I think theoretically, it doesn't count until your feet touch.
It's a little surprised they weren't calling the neutral danger.
Yeah.
Because
that was a good sequence.
Millard's shoulders were definitely past 90 degrees.
The refs just for a moment here discussing whether or not they want to officially call it.
It's going to be officials review here. So now we're going to see
I think they're going to review if his foot touched.
So there you see.
From that angle, we're far enough away on this camera view that it's hard to confirm. But
it does look like his foot is touching the calf there. And we're not going to see anything from this angle, but kind of like a modified, Winn-Dixie almost?
Yeah, ultimately, I don't want to say this is irrelevant, but, both wrestlers are going to need a takedown to get what they want. Although, if Guy wants any chance of winning this match, he can't give up this point.
Yeah, score.
I think we're down to under 10 seconds now.
Yeah, time's up. So, I guess the only other chance would be is if you gave him a takedown and near fall from that position.
Correct.
Then maybe Guy's getting enough points to tie or essentially win. So 3 points on a takedown brings it to 7. Then another 3 points would tie it. 4 points would give Guy the victory. Which, I'd have to go back and see.
A solid match by Charlie Millard. He got taken down to start this match.
Yeah.
And it was really all him since that. But Guy did a good job. If this maintains, that's essentially a net 2-point gain for Virginia Tech over their last duel.
After further review, the ruling on the mat is changed. The figure 4 got there, placed by the defensive wrestler. So we're wiping off that penalty. Okay,
no penalty. So the wrestler. So what they said was Charlie Millard placed the figure 4 there, and it wasn't done by Colin Guy, but it does not change the score.
I think one thing that does factor into that is penalty points if we end up in criteria.
Right. And Millard didn't seem to like the call there. Regardless, doesn't change the score. Decision win. So team
we'll
score
have a replay right
9-7
here. Charlie Millard just running him over to get the takedown.
That was the third period when things were rolling.
Ultimately, that was the difference maker because up to that point, it was a 1-score match, and Charlie Millard came through big in the third period. So Minnesota with the 9-7 lead.
we got
going into 165 pounds.
Ryan Burton taking on Andrew Sparks. These two met yesterday. Burton came out on top with the 7-4 win.
It's a big win.
Yeah, big win for a true freshman over a guy, like Andrew Sparks. He's been around. He's been at the national tournament and 4-time NCAA qualifier. Gets another shot his last year. Entered the rankings number 10 into this tournament.
And Nebraska is just not having a day. Oklahoma State over on the mat next to us, up 27-0.
Yeah.
Illinois handling Missouri right now, 15-3. Pretty impressive as well.
Yeah, Nebraska was the number 2 seed entering the national duels.
A lot of people were pretty high on them too after what they did at the NCAA tournament last year, but just not the weekend they probably had hoped for. It's early in the season, and there's Andrew Sparks with a takedown on Burton. What was the score last match again, John?
Burton won 7-4.
7-4, all right. So this would be a big flip for Minnesota, and I mean, probably Sparks is looking at this as like, I should have won this match.
Yeah, it's time to right a wrong here.
This duel could have been, the difference maker could have been that very first match. That was a barn burn of a match between Eddie Ventresca and Jory Volk. It ended up the same. Jory Volk won again, but Eddie Ventresca with some late match heroics trying to get the win.
And for Ryan Burton as a true freshman, he's wrestling his 5th match against a high-level opponent. What is the adjustment like as a freshman coming in, and where it's like every match is just a barn burner? Every match is going to be really hard.
The men you wrestle, like the physicality of wrestling some of these guys who are 23, 4, 5, 6 years old, depending on their path, and it's a big mountain to climb, especially for guys like this. I mean, Ryan Burton's at 165 pounds.
Yeah.
Andrew Sparks in his 6th year. That's tough. You're wrestling a seasoned vet who has, put in the work in a college room day in and day out for 6 seasons. But these guys, with the RTC model, these guys, they have the chance to feel that before they ever get to college, and I think that's what helps prepare these true freshmen in such a big way, and why you see him competing with, senior guys. But Andrew Sparks looking good. This duel certainly has flipped the script from the last match so far. He's ahead 6-1.
Yeah, and if he comes out on top here, that really puts things in favor of the Gophers. Sparks lost this match the first time around, and the Gophers still won the duel. So this could be a big one for Minnesota.
Big one coming up next if the matchup stays the same, though. Ethan Riddle beating Sergio DeSanti in tiebreakers, so we could see 2 flips potentially.
Yeah, and then you look down the line, Gavin Nelson, Sonny Sasso. Sasso won on Saturday, but Nelson defeated Sasso at the Southeast Open. So yeah, these matches are going to come down to some really close ones. And a nice little scramble here. And still no control. And Sparks in again on the single leg. And it's going to be stopped. Potentially dangerous to call, 58 seconds to go. Pace has slowed a little bit here in the second period. Burton would benefit in a big way from a takedown here as we approach the end of this second period.
So far in this match, it's been all Andrew Sparks. And, you know, I don't want to say you kind of expect it, but a senior losing a match to a true freshman, you know, I had the same thing happen to me my senior year against a guy by the name of Jesse Delgado.
Yeah.
He wasn't a true freshman, but he was a freshman, relatively unknown, you know, with a lot of potential. And he nipped me in the duel before Christmas in Carver, my only loss in Carver. And, you know, it kind of wakes you up. And now you know, like, hey, this guy's tough. I got to be on my game. And so you're seeing that out of Andrew Sparks right now. Is I guess the biggest difference is there's not a lot of rebound time to prepare, but maybe that helps him. Maybe he's like, you know, I shoulda, coulda, woulda beat this guy. And he's gotten another chance, and he's making the most of it right now. A very decisive win. He's, in theory, he's in major decision territory right now. And he throws in the boots. He's getting after it. Tough ride on top. So now he has secured riding time. It's 8-1. Unless he can get some stalling points, he would need either a turn or a takedown here. Essentially, he has a 7-point lead. And you can see him working, but he is looking at that clock. All right, so we have a restart. You can see Becker pulling him over. He has a decision to make. If I'm Coach Becker and Coach Eggum and Sanders, I'm telling him, hey, like, let's cut him and let's go get a takedown.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to see him push for that major and really make a statement.
Well, I mean, he was riding him really good, but just wasn't really anywhere close to a turn. And Burton, having won this match last time, I mean, I don't think he's gonna, he ain't gonna roll over for him. So if you're Minnesota and you're Sparks, you're thinking along the lines of use this next minute 20, cut him. You're not really in danger of losing if you gave up a takedown. I know that, you know, you don't want to think about that, but there's not a ton of risk here in letting him go and going after the takedown for the major.
Minute 10 to go in this one. Sparks still riding on top.
I don't know. Maybe he's, I don't know if they talked about riding for a little bit longer, but there it is. Okay. So Burton has an escape. I would expect Sparks to be pretty active here. Nice shot.
Easy takedown there. Staying in between the legs. Could he possibly get some near fall here?
I mean, that right there to me just looked like the difference between a seasoned vet and a younger guy.
Yeah.
He cut him, and, you know, Burton, he faced and he stayed in there and hand fought, but did not protect his legs. And to that point, that's one thing I've noticed a lot over the years as a fan now and watching a lot of the sport is, you talked about the differences. One of the bigger differences I see in younger wrestlers is they're just not quite as polished in their defensive wrestling, and they tend to give up some points that people kind of, you know, they kind of wonder, like, hey, what was he doing there? Why wasn't he defending? And it's not that he wasn't. It's just that that match IQ not quite as high as some of the senior guys. That's a big flip for Minnesota and for Andrew Sparks.
Yeah, and Sparks,
he avenged a big loss.
He was fired up after that one. You can tell he wanted that. It meant something to him, and that shows a lot of heart. 5th match, a really tough tournament, and comes out on top with the win.
Yeah, great job by Andrew Sparks. Minnesota, they take the lead.
It's going to be 13-7 now.
They extend their lead, 13-7. That's the first big flip of the duel.
Yeah.
Couple bonus point changes, but that's a big one.
Yeah, and we got another one where now, okay, Virginia Tech needs this one. This one Ethan Riddle defeated Desianti yesterday, but tiebreaker match, this is one that Desianti can win.
I could be wrong, but I think another AWA Wisconsin boy.
Ethan Riddle out of Germantown, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Two-time state champion. Sergio Desianti, a transfer from Chattanooga. He was a national qualifier last year. He's out of Tampa Jesuit, Florida state champion. And this is one where it's already the third time these two have met. They met at the Southeast Open. Ethan Riddle won 16-10. They wrestled yesterday. Ethan Riddle.
The gap is closing.
Won 2-1, and yeah, now they meet.
We'll see if Desianti can finally win this one, but so far it's been all Ethan Riddle, no shots, but he's like running Desianti all around this mat. I already heard the Minnesota crowd asking for a stall call, and they get it right there.
Got some blood time here. Nebraska gets their first win of the duel. Up at 184 pounds, Silas Allred takes out Zach Ryder. So 30-3 in our third place match. Here, Minnesota beating Virginia Tech 13-7, and Illinois cruising over Missouri 26-3 over on mat 1. Of course, the finals going down tonight between the Iowa Hawkeyes and Ohio State. That's going to be at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Buckeyes, Hawkeyes.
That'll be a great one.
It should, I mean, with the way they've both been wrestling, yeah, it should be phenomenal.
There's some, I mean, huge matchups in that duel.
Yeah, start to finish, right? It's every single match is going to be so crucial, and you know, we haven't seen Ben Keeter. I don't even think he weighed in. So for
yeah,
Iowa,
that's what you said earlier. I mean, that may be a big factor because Feldman's, I mean, he's a stud. So, I mean, shoot, you're going to have to win without that last match. And Iowa did it. I mean, they forfeited, I believe, in the last duel in the 285 match. So they were able to account for that, and that's something that I've seen the Hawkeyes do for years. Is Tom Brands is when it comes to dual meets, he knows how to fire the guys up. He knows how to get everyone on the team that knows what the mission is, and they will rise up and pick up where others maybe can't. And that's a serious scenario where they did.
There's a single leg for Desianti, runs the double and gonna finish. So it's Sergio Desianti doing what he couldn't do in their first match, get a takedown and take the lead here. 3-0, and a ride out would be huge, but he can't get it. Riddle.
Good job by Riddle. And Riddle right back to his offense. Desianti looking back at the clock. Got to keep your eyes off of that thing. The ref will take care of that. You gotta, I mean, when I'm out there, every time I remember looking at the clock, if it wasn't in a control position on top to see how much time I had to go get something, it's just you're risking bad things to happen when your eyes aren't on your opponent.
Yeah, one of that instance that stands out to me, I believe it was Jordan Burroughs' last World Championships. His Russian opponent looked over at the clock and boom,
yeah.
Burroughs double right through his face, really. And yeah, that's one of the things where if you're a competitor, you're looking for that edge, and we know Burroughs, the ultimate competitor. So Desianti.
He won a little bit.
Yeah.
Few. Not too bad.
He knew how to win a wrestling match.
He was fun to watch. It was just like, try to stop my double.
Yeah.
Those years where he was in his peak was just try to stop my double.
Right.
And it was awesome. Great, just a great guy too. I always enjoy having conversations with George Burroughs. His passion for the sport.
Oh, nice job by Ethan Riddle coming to the single leg, looking to put Desiante in danger, and he does. There's the takedown.
Ethan Riddle gets his takedown back, and now he takes the lead, 5-3. Desiante looks strong to start, but he's kind of started to fade a little bit. We're about halfway, a little over halfway through the match. Desiante wants to keep himself in this. He's going to have to get an escape here. That'd be big, getting an escape.
And he's
riding time now has flipped over and is counting up for Ethan Riddle. Desiante managed to get to his feet, but Riddle with the hard return. Every time I see a hard mat return now, I just think Shane Sparks he's happy.
Yeah, yeah.
And make mat returns great again.
Oh, Ethan Riddle threatening with that tilt. Desiante able to get back to his belly.
Desiante looking at that clock again. I am an adamant believer that it doesn't help you. The only time that clock helps you is when you're maybe looking at bonus points, and you're in a position where you can look and kind of do some mental math quick. But Ethan Riddle right now definitely has changed the momentum of this match. He takes a 5-3 lead going into the third. I would presume Desiante will choose bottom, but after that, you kind of gotta think twice. Yeah, see,
neutral.
Well, I mean, after that big ride out, you got to think twice about it.
Well,
plus, there's riding time, so you know, I mean, he's gonna have to get a takedown if he wants to win this match.
As it stands, Riddle looking for his third straight win over Desiante, up 5-3.
That's hard to do, especially in a short time period, and where none of the matches were a true blowout. I mean, 16-10 is a high scoring. Who knows if we'd have to look back at how it went, but yesterday was 2-1 tiebreakers. And today, he got taken down first. So just hats off to Ethan Riddle, the way he's wrestling right now. It's not easy to do against opponents that you're, call it evenly matched up against, but they give you a challenge.
Yeah, Desiante looking to try to hold on here, but Riddle in a good spot, and there's the takedown awarded.
I think that's a good call. I mean, he's clearly shown that he's in control there.
Yeah,
so he takes an 8-3 lead, essentially a 9-3 lead with riding time. Point is not secured yet, but now he's looking for a tilt. So that's a big win for Minnesota.
Yeah, they got the flip in the last match over Andrew Sparks over Ryan Burton, and
especially
now here,
with who they got coming up next.
Yeah,
I mean, this is their leader, a young leader. I know how that feeling goes. When I came back my sophomore year, at the time Montel Marion was off for the first half of the year, and so I was the only returning All-American.
Wow. Yeah.
And you're looked at as kind of a team leader as a young guy, and carry a little bit of weight. Ethan Riddle, he's going to get back points. He's going to get a major here.
There's a major decision. Wow. What a way to close it out, this match here.
That's big. Minnesota.
2 near fall awarded, so 14-4.
Minnesota looking to widen the gap with VT, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah, 15-4 with the riding time. Ethan Riddle gives Minnesota a 17-7
Great
lead.
match by Ethan Riddle.
And it didn't,
see a couple highlights here.
It started with Desiante with the takedown, but then
Desiante tries for that roll, and Riddle just stuffs him.
This is the end here.
Bonks him on his head, gets a takedown, and secures some back points.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with you at 184 pounds. Welcome back to the BOK Center, and there you see the Minnesota Golden Gophers, just a really established team, one of the premier wrestling teams in the country. 3 NCAA team titles under legendary coach Jay Robinson, 12 Big Ten team titles, and 59 wrestlers with All-American honors.
One of the top-ranked wrestlers in the country, certainly in this duel. Max McAnally will be coming to the mat for Minnesota.
Taking on Jaden Bullock out of Virginia Tech. Spent the beginning of his career at Michigan, now ending as a Hokie, and these two met yesterday. All Max McAnally, 24-7.
I mean, you gotta love the way this guy wrestles. Just a brute.
Yeah, you know, McAnally puts up big points, wins 24-7 yesterday, but believe it or not, these two haven't had an overtime match last year.
Well, McAnally, I mean, he had a lot of very hard-fought, I don't want to say necessarily low scoring, but tight matches, and that was kind of the thing, is he always found a way to come out on top. You know, he very, very few losses last year. We have a technical violation on Bullock, but they're letting it go, and they're seeing if they're going to give McAnally 3, and they do on the edge. A great sequence by McAnally. Bullock ends up getting a hands to the face call. So now we're at a 4-0 lead. You know, and this is a big rebound match for McAnally. Obviously, he had the tech fall, but it's one of those where you gotta erase that sting of defeat. Aiden Sinclair with a huge win over him in the last round, and that's something we've seen a ton of this weekend. Crazy upsets, NCAA finalists, champions, high-level place finishers losing, and I think that adds to the spice of seeing something of this magnitude in the middle of November.
Yeah, and I think you learn a lot about guys, you know, after taking a loss for the team, how do they respond? And McAnally looking to end his weekend in the victory column, and I love this early season matchup between some of the top level guys. It just sets the stage, you know, especially at 84. We know now, okay, Aiden Sinclair, Angelo Ferrari, Max McAnally, that's the class of the field. And then there's Rocco Welsh too out there for Penn State.
I believe you can confirm this, but McAnally coming off world title or
U20 world champion.
Right.
Yeah.
Thought he was a place finisher. I thought he was a champion. So he made hay in the summer as well.
Yeah, and that's one of the things too, where it's such a hard summer, so much training, wins a world title, and then immediately you're into the fire here at the national duels.
But it's not much different than any other sport. You know, you want to get to the highest level, you got to put yourself in those scenarios, and he went out and had some knockdown, drag-out matches with Aiden Sinclair, who's wrestling right next door, and just tagged one back on him in folk style. So that was a big win for Sinclair, but he ended up beating Sinclair to make a team, and then goes on and wins a world title. And you know, like you said, right back into the season, and already had some high-level matchups. Currently trying to run up the scoreboard. We're in the first, and he's ahead 7-2 on Bullock. And I don't see any signs of him slowing down. I mean, he is all over Bullock.
There's a shot and re-attack for McAnally.
He just barely caught that ankle, and he's transitioned into a great takedown opportunity. Head outside. Bullock's looking to sit the corner.
To hurry for the finish here.
Yeah, McAnally needs to get that leg up. He's probably not going to do it, but nonetheless, a very workmanlike, solid first period by Max McAnally.
Yeah, the way that McAnally is able to catch ankles and pull them in, that grip strength must be pretty impressive.
I mean, you just look at him. That man does not look like a sophomore, he looked that way as a freshman too, but like, he just built different, 100%.
Up 7-2 Bullock goes down underneath, looking to earn an escape point to close this to 7-3, and he does. You got to imagine McAnally going to be.
Oh, McAnally absolutely let him go with the full intent of he wants more takedowns. You can tell he wants that tech that he got the last match, and you know that's kind of the challenge here. Is you just wrestled him yesterday. He knows, he's felt you exactly how you exposed him, and so in this team setting, you know, I don't want to say he'd be content with the loss, but he may know that it's a pretty steep hill to climb. Wow, what a nice shot out of McAnally. Quick finish. And he takes now a 10-3 lead. Yeah, but, you know, his job, Bullock's job, is to keep this match close and give himself a chance. And just McAnally, though, overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, the power and the speed there, timing.
I mean, he's ran him all over the mat. He's shot again, and already in again.
Catches both legs and finishes with the toes in.
I think what's impressive about the 84-pound field, especially that we've seen in this tournament, is just the athleticism.
Yeah.
And like the explosiveness, the quick scoring ability. That Aiden Sinclair-Angelo Ferrari match, I mean, both wrestlers within a fraction of a second or a move away from a takedown, and ended up being settled by 7 seconds of riding time.
And you know, it's a different type of athleticism with each guy. You know, Aiden Sinclair is very much his timing, his feel, you know, some of his power. But then like Angelo Ferrari, his flexibility, the different things, his fearlessness. You know,
McAnally is just sheer strength.
Right.
I mean, this man clearly is a strong guy, and he's pretty quick. Look at that.
Wow.
So he's racking up the scoreboard. It's 16-5. We got 22 seconds left. Probably going to ride him out for this period. He's building up his riding time. It'd be 17-5 with riding time. He's got a 12-point lead. And he hasn't gone down yet, so I would suspect he's going to choose down, and an escape and a takedown would do it for this match.
He's thinking about what he needs to do, maybe doing some mental math there.
You can see there Max McAnally, 3rd place last year. He's only a sophomore this year.
And his only losses, Carter Starachi and Parker Keckeisen as a freshman. And those matches,
those were fun matches to watch.
They were.
Neither one was
two overtime matches. You know, McAnally gets a takedown on Carter Starachi, and he was so close.
You don't see Max McAnally get scored on often, so that's that much more impressive what Aiden Sinclair was able to do, and it'll be one of those highlighted fields, I think, throughout the year is 184.
Yep.
You had 2 returning NCAA champions both graduate that met in the finals, so the door's wide open for some of these young guys to go and basically put their flagpole in the ground and say, this is my weight class.
McAnally looking for one more takedown, has ample time to work here. 90 seconds to go.
Just so explosive. He ends up with a point for stalling, and if he can secure this takedown, McAnally trying to free up his leg, but Bullock just hanging on to it. And this would be a big one for Bullock if he could. Oh, good job by McAnally. He's going to have to go, just basic leg defense. Break that lock and get your go behind, and you secure it. He's looking to hook the ankle. He's got it.
And there's the 3-point takedown.
Good way to finish off the weekend by McAnally.
Yeah, looking forward to watching him throughout this season and over the next 3 years, really.
Yeah, right? I mean, he's a stud. He's a stud, and he's got a bright future.
McAnally gets the win and pushes Minnesota up to a 22-7 lead. And the Gophers are primed to win this one here.
I believe that that likely seals it, or close to.
Yeah, even if you got 2 pins, I think that would still put Minnesota in the lead. I believe it's 22-7. We'll see as the score comes up on the board here shortly. Yeah, 22-7. So yeah, 2 wins, 2
That's
pins.
it.
They put 22-19. So Minnesota would really have to lose their minds and take some team points away, but toes in, and this is Gabe Nagel. And no takedown given.
Gabe Nagel, I don't believe he was out last meeting between Virginia Tech and Minnesota.
It was Gavin Nelson. Sonny Sasso defeated Gavin Nelson, and that result is a flip from that Southeast Open where Gavin Nelson defeated Sonny Sasso. I believe the score is 7-0 in that one. Curious to see who Minnesota sends out at heavyweight. They have two solid ones, Coy Hopke and Bennett Tabor. Hopke defeated Jimmy Mullen at the Southeast Open, and Jimmy Mullen defeated Bennett Tabor yesterday here. So I think maybe Coy Hopke, but if the duel's already decided, they give Bennett Tabor a second crack at Jimmy Mullen.
Well, I see both of them up there. Maybe they don't know. Yeah, I remember a few instances at Iowa where, you know, it was a highly contested weight, and Tom Brand's like, he didn't tell either guy until just a couple matches before.
Yeah.
Man.
Wanting them both to be ready to go.
I would hate that. I mean, you do whatever you have to do, and that's maybe there's a very specific reason behind it, but just sitting there, and certainly it'd be fine to be the guy that gets told you get to go, but last minute, like, sorry, you're not going.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you get told, hey, you need to be thinking like you're going, but he's going. Little trickery.
Yeah.
You know, kind of
holding the other team guessing.
Holding your cards close to your chest. Don't let the other team know what you're doing. At this point, it doesn't matter, though, but
it's changed. There's going to be a takedown for you.
So takedown.
They do give a takedown.
So Nagel early lead 3-0.
So they do award it, and then they tack on a 1 second of riding time.
Okay.
We're gonna be closing out the session again, John. We're the closers.
Yeah, after that 125-pound match where we saw challenges and reviews, and we're
a little behind. We got seventh place already decided, and looks like OSU with a very convincing win over Nebraska.
Yeah.
It's currently 33-3 with Doucette and AJ Ferrari. It's a pretty spicy matchup.
Gabe Nagel riding on top, building his riding up over 30 seconds. Big lift and return. And Sasso underneath. Builds up, but
ooh, this
Nagel
is dangerous for Nagel. The reason I say that is when you got a tall guy like that and they can sit up and they can spread their legs, they may catch you looking for a tilt where you're on your side or your back, and all of a sudden you're getting reversed and you're fighting off your back.
Yeah.
It's a risky position, but Nagel did a good job. Sasso ended up getting his escape. We got 1 minute, 15 seconds to go in the first period. We saw this a couple of times yesterday. A little different dynamic when the duel's already decided. These guys, you know, there's that extra stimulus is gone, and they're just wrestling for their own 100% for your own pride, your own body of work for the season.
Yeah, and Nagel getting an opportunity here as Gavin Nelson, who's slated to be the starter, not wrestling this one, and Nagel making the most of it up to this point.
I don't think Sonny Sasso is just gonna kind of ho-hum it the rest of this match, though. He's a dangerous wrestler. He looked good last match, and his 12-2 victory ultimately was the difference maker, because it was 11-2 on some papers and 12-2 on other, and they went back and looked at it, and in fact he did win 12-2, and that's what put VT in this place to have a rematch with Minnesota going for 5th.
And this is where Sasso's dangerous, but time runs out before Sasso can counter. So 3-1 is the lead, with Gabe Nagel up 3-1 here over Sasso. Sasso goes underneath to start the second. Making his way up to his feet. Nagel over a minute of riding time right now. And they go out of bounds. Nagel still in the top position. Crucial period here for both wrestlers. Sasso trailing, and also...
And Gabe, I mean, Nagel's built up a pretty healthy margin of riding time. He's got a minute 26. That gives him 26 seconds to get out and still maintain his advantage if no scoring changes in this period. Sasso's got to get on his offense. Sasso's, he's got some abilities and weapons, and you want to see him kind of open up here in this second period, down by a point, not wait. A nice shot, double transition to a single, and he sucks that leg up like a vacuum. Almost there. Look at him sitting his toe in. The problem is he hasn't captured the far ankle, so even though he's in a great position, it's close. It's close. If he can get his hip down, there it is.
There it is. Wow. And to keep the toe in.
That was a gritty takedown by Sonny Sasso. That was a gritty takedown. That's hard to do that far on the edge, and you look at him. He's a tall drink of water. That obviously came to huge advantage on that one.
But now if Nagel can get out quickly, and he does, still holds riding time, and Nagel will have choice.
Whoa! That was a solid, wow.
Takedown to the back.
Nagel's on right now.
7-5, Nagel in the lead. And he's going to look to close out this period on top. Sasso makes his way to his feet and keeps the toes in and gets the escape. So 7-6 now. 6 seconds to go in this second period. This period will come to a close, and it's going to be Nagel's choice. And he's going to go down. So Nagel in control here, but still 2 minutes of wrestling left.
The problem is, if you're Sonny Sasso, you got to eat up some of that clock, because if you cut him right now and get a takedown, it's only a tie match. So he's got to eat away some of this clock. I mean, either way, whether he does it now or later, he's got to eat it up, but might as well put some work in now, soften him up on bottom, so to speak. You know, put a tough ride on, take a little energy out of him. He's working it down, 22 seconds left, and he erases that riding time. And I mean, Sasso's, you know, he's dangerous on top. So if he got a turn here and rode him out, even if it's just a quick 2, he would take the lead. Riding time coming off right now. So there you go. And he cuts him right now.
8-6 now. Sasso needs a takedown and ride out to win.
That one takedown Sasso got, that was a gritty takedown on the edge. Again, though, Nagel, I mean, with a great counter. Sasso's shooting in. The problem is he's rebounding, he's standing straight up. Gabe Nagel's just dropping down and gotten to his ankles now multiple times. Now we're in an awkward position on the edge. And that was smart wrestling by Sasso to get out, give himself one more shot. We'll see a 30-second sprint out of Sonny Sasso to try to take this match.
Nagel conceding ground here, likely to give up a stall.
Yeah, he doesn't have any stall calls right now, so that's the first one. So really he can.
Sasso bowls him out of bounds. 20 seconds left in this one. Nagel slow to get back to the center, collecting himself.
He's got something stuck to him. Come on.
I think it was tape from a microphone that he just knocked over.
Well, someone will take it off him.
Sasso comes forward, gets to the leg, needs to finish quick.
Can he do it? Can he do it? Can he do
both
it?
legs, and he gets
oh
it.
My goodness.
With 3 seconds left.
Wow.
Sonny Sasso.
Gutsy win by Sonny Sasso. Hats off to him. Not his best match, but you know what? Win's a win. 100%. Whether or not that you look like crap and you're not on, always feels better to walk away with a win.
And he found a way. He found a way to
He
get
sure
the win.
did.
Had to grit it out. 3 seconds left, gets the takedown.
That is case in point why you do not stop wrestling until the whistle blows.
So now team score moves 22-10. Minnesota has already locked up this duel, but we're going to see one more match here at heavyweight. It's Bennett Tabor for Minnesota taking on Jimmy Mullen for Virginia Tech. We saw this match yesterday. Mullen won a close 3-1 decision over Tabor. So Minnesota going to finish in 5th place here, taking home $50,000 for that 5th place finish.
Mullen looked great last round against Luke Luffman. Essentially, I mean, that win was a huge factor in them getting to this.
Yeah.
Slight upset victory over Luffman, kind of a toss-up match that the duel came down to, and he won it. But Tabor's right in there.
Yeah, you know, Tabor, he's in a roster battle right now with Coy Hopke, and I'd say Hopke probably has the edge. So Tabor needs to take advantage of every opportunity he has out on the mat, and a win over Jimmy Mullen would be a big statement, and there he gets the takedown. Mullen entered national duels ranked number 19 in the country. He's going to move up with the win over Luke Luffman. Mullen, surprise upset loss to Bucknell freshman Lucas Lawler. And little roll. Mullen trying to catch Tabor.
Big boys rolling. Crazy things can happen, but Tabor has a half in.
And now
Mullen still, he's fighting for it. He's fighting for that sit. At the very least, though, he's got to get his one here. Yeah, get to your feet, shake him off, get your one. You're close to the out of bounds. Shake him off and get your one, and they award it. So now we're back on our feet. That was a good job by Mullen. You know, he chain wrestled his way, almost had a reversal opportunity, and he didn't let up. He ends up getting his escape, and we're 3-1. Tell you what, though, Bennett Tabor, he built up some riding time.
Yeah, 54 seconds of riding time early in the first, and if he can tack on some more, that could come into play later on in this match. 40 seconds to go in the first period. Early takedown by Tabor, put him in the lead.
John, we're closing it down again. We're good at that.
Shutting things down here at the BOK Center. there's going to be a good little break before the first place match between Iowa and Ohio State. That match will go down at 6 Central.
On the big stage.
Yeah.
Gonna see a little facelift here for the finals. Should be a great showdown between Big Ten rivals, Iowa and Ohio State. A couple of former Hawkeyes coaching. Teammates too. Tom Ryan, Tom Brands, teammates at Iowa.
Were they roommates as well?
Yes,
Yeah.
they were roommates, so pretty cool, man. I mean, we all know it. The Gable coaching tree is one of a kind.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, it's truly like tree branches.
Yeah, and you know, those matchups between Iowa and Ohio State, a lot of them are going to be the first time we've seen.
Well, there's a lot of new guys in the Iowa lineup,
and in Ohio State as well.
Ohio State has several
Davino at
changes.
33, Bouzakis down at 125. Dylan Fishback, a transfer in from NC State.
That's wild. I mean, Bouzakis, I believe, had a few matches at 41.
Oh, Suckback. Yeah, Bouzakis wrestled at 41 his true freshman year a couple times.
Talk about a big drop. I had a feeling that all that riding time that Bennett Tabor had built up, Jimmy Mullen, he knows how to put the screws to somebody on top, and not a terrible decision here to wear it out of him. And you know, he goes down in the third. If he rides out for this period, he'd be looking at a takedown to win it.
Minute to go here in the second period. Bennett Tabor flat on his belly. We like to call this tummy time.
Tummy time.
Bennett Tabor down. Needs to build up. Needs to get the wrist back. But Jimmy Mullen just constant pressure.
I love nothing more than catching somebody's wrist like that, putting it on their back, and just establishing a dominant ride where, I mean, you not only do you eat clock, but you put your opponent in a tough position of figuring out how they're gonna get back up to their knees without potential turn opportunities. A great job by Jimmy Mullen. I mean, just tough riding.
And there's
and he sits to it. Thought he might snag a quick turn. Yeah, that was clean. And now he's got a ball and chain. He's got short time, but very solid chance he'll ride out.
They go out of bounds, 7 seconds to go. And just like that, Mullen building 58 seconds of riding time.
It's a very tactically smart match by Mullen. Obviously, you don't want to give up that takedown, but you don't have to go into panic mode. You don't have to go into panic mode. You need to have a plan how you're going to get your lead back. And right now, he's putting in the work on top. He's eliminated Bennett Tabor's escape. Most likely, he will choose down. I know that could lose him his riding time, but either way, he goes neutral.
All right.
That, you know, it makes sense. I'm a traditionalist, and it's like, I'm going down.
Yeah.
Unless I have a very specific reason to go on my feet, I'm going down because I'm confident I'm going to get my point. But, you know, you're behind here. You have the riding time. Either way, you need an escape and a takedown, or either way, you need a takedown. So why not keep the riding time and give yourself maximum time on your feet?
But instead, it's Bennett Tabor coming forward with the single leg. They go out of bounds.
Talk about Bennett Tabor making a strong case for himself to be the guy for Minnesota right here.
Yeah, in a roster battle with Coy Hopke, they've gone kind of back and forth trading results. Hopke lost to Cade Ziola and Nick Feldman, but then responds, beats Wyatt Volker and Jarrett Stoner. And so this could be, you know, a feather in the cap for Bennett Tabor to keep that roster battle alive.
Yeah, I don't imagine that one to be decided anytime extremely soon unless there's some very big change in the way one of them is having success. And Tabor doing a great job in this match. He's ahead 3-1. Jimmy Mullen does have riding time, but honestly, Mullen hasn't, not that I've noticed, hasn't been extremely close to a takedown yet.
Yeah, not on his feet.
He did a great job on the mat, but has not gotten really close. Tabor's been the one to threaten more. So here in this last minute, Jimmy Mullen's gonna have to figure out, if he wants to win this match, he's gonna have to figure out how to get to Bennett Tabor.
And Tabor with that right side underhook. Mullen not able to clear out of there.
We're down.
And now
We're down to 30 seconds. Jimmy Mullen, quick look at the clock. He knows he's got to go. Expect to see some offense here out of Mullen. Tabor doing a great job.
They go out of bounds.
They call continuation.
Seconds to go here.
Bennett Tabor
back
just
to the center.
I mean, not giving Mullen any chances on his feet so far.
There's a single.
Nice low shot. Oh, something happened. He lost it. I think his grip slipped.
Yeah. And there's a stall call on Mullen as they go out of bounds.
6 seconds to go. Tabor can essentially, I mean, Tabor can, he can burn a stall call here backing up.
Mullen comes forward, but defended by Tabor. And that's going to do it.
They don't give it in time, but great job by Bennett Tabor, and you know, a decisive win by Minnesota this time.
Yeah, 25-10 dual meet victory win for the Gophers. They take home 5th place here in a loaded bracket at the National Bulls Invitational, taking home $50,000. Hokies will bring home $40,000. And there
results
you see,
from the duel.
Started with a bang for Minnesota.
Really, I mean,
match.
Line by line, very similar to their first duel. It was the second half that was really telling as things started to change in favor of the Gophers.
Yeah, back and forth, and then 65, 74, 84, where the duel was decided. Sparks and Riddle really put a stamp on it for the Gophers.
Don't forget, that's Sonny Sasso. That was a gutsy win by him. I mean,
yeah.
he dodged a bullet there. Gabe Nagel looked good, and then Bennett Tabor takes a big one over Mullen.
Yeah, great duel from start to finish, and it's just a great weekend of duels. We have one more to close things out here at 6 p.m.
We got a big one, 50 grand on the line.
Iowa, Ohio State. Both of these teams already earned $150,000. They're going for $200,000. And here you see some of the match highlights. Virginia Tech and Minnesota. Sparks showing a lot of grit as a senior. A great duel from start to finish. And we appreciate you joining us all weekend. For Matt McDonough, I'm John Kozak. We'll catch you again here at FloWrestling soon.